I'm listening to Hollywood and I'm making a video actually on religion. And next one will be my top 5 fave bands. And today is exactly, let's see, 12? Yeah, exactly. Or is it 13? 13 years since my third favorite album of all time, Hollywood, was released. Um, and in this spot, I wanted to read a blog from Chris Crocker on religion and talk about why I agree with it, and then one about my friend, like back in the MySpace days. Yeah, she had this amazing blog, and I saved it because it was about her thoughts on religion and being discriminated against because she's an Odinist, and yeah, she's American too. But it's really both really powerful blogs. But first, I want to give my opinions, and I was Christian since like a Lutheran church. It doesn't matter, all Christianity is the same. I was like first dragged into it, never really believed it when I was like kindergarten. I started kindergarten like age 5, and I got held back to and had to repeat a private Christian school and Lutheran. Anyways, I just, by the time 3rd grade, I started acting out my last year at this Lutheran school, and I just got so pissed off at like trying to like say that I didn't believe this anymore, and like losing friends and standing up for myself. And then I finally moved, and then in Hawaii, Baptist school, even worse, 4th grade through 10th grade. It was horrible. And then I finally got to go to public school, like Manson did by 11th grade. So anyways, when I was going to Baptist school, it was the worst. The pastor was also the principal. His wife was a math teacher. Like, oh, she's horrible. And like, she's the only math teacher I have because it's such a small school, and he had to like do these interviews to get in. It was like right before I started 4th grade. I don't even remember the interview or whatever. But anyone who like was joking at all or like saying they don't believe in Christianity would not be like. And so I had to play and act for like I belong there because I couldn't go to a public school because why is bad for white people in public school. So I had to go there, and I hated it. I got into Manson at age 12, but I heard Manson at 11, and then like it still weirded me at first, even though I wasn't a Christian anymore, and then I became obsessed by 13, and then all I did was like think about Manson all the time. I didn't have any friends in that school. I write Manson lyrics a lot, and like just do a lot of writing and stuff and reading in school because I was just so smart and everything and didn't really need to study. And basically, we'd have chapel every Wednesday, and I would dread it. They would even have us sign these waivers like, oh, did you go to church twice a week? And preferably once at least, hopefully, like, you know, the Wednesday youth group were on Sunday or Saturday service at our own church. So I basically had to lie whenever they asked and write it down on paper, and it's an honesty policy, but they would never check up on it. I used to go to church for like the longest time in so many years, and then I realized before I even made any friends online of different religions, different places, that actually understood me and wanted to be my friend for real. Like, I didn't believe this stuff because they just like want to shove it down your throat, and the Christian's not part of ordinary religion. Like, I guess they're okay, but like, I think everyone should have their religion, but if you preach it, I don't want to hear it. We can be friends, but I just never really care or want to know what religion you are because it just doesn't matter to me. And if people would like be like that more, stop judging people like Marilyn Manson for challenging Christianity and other religions, then the world would be better. But sadly, it's not like that. And after Christianity, like Lutheran, Baptist, Catholic, I was like a Wiccan, Odinist, agnostic, atheist, Satanist, and I just realized that there's no point in choosing any religion, and I just really want people to like practice what they preach instead of being judgmental. And I just really hate that people have to judge people for religion and even discuss religion because really no one cares, and just keep it to yourself. It's not your duty to preach, especially when there's so many religion, and the oldest one, which obviously not Christianity. Like, why do Christians do you think you're right when there's so many religions before you? And I just don't understand that. I don't understand why you hate people that are like, because of their sexuality, like me, because I'm pansexual, or you hate people like me that are feminist, and like, what are you really scared of? And like, why is it so bad to worship rock and roll music and feminism, right, girl? I'll never understand it, but I'm just gonna read these blogs. First, Chris Crocker's. This is everyone on MySpace. I found it last night online searching Chris Crocker opinion on Christianity. And there's this awesome picture of him ripping up the Bible in it, in the blog. And it was on MySpace years ago. I read it like a lot and I saved it, but then I lost it. But he basically said, for everyone upset about Bible picture, before I get started, let me say any Christian who threatens to kill me or tells me to die or wants to beat me up, not only a hypocrite, but is also disobeying the Bible. Any Christian who wants to kill me for ripping up the Bible is full of shit. If someone were to break a Britney CD, I wouldn't get mad. I understand that people have rights. Same thing. For everyone surprised by the fact that I have a picture of me with a ripped Bible, do not be surprised that I'm not a Christian. Why are you surprised that I don't support a book that doesn't support my lifestyle? I don't hate God. I hate the man who wrote hate into the Bible. Any book that says I'm going to a fiery place in my afterlife or sleeping with a man is not a book I support. I will admit that I'm biased based on my personal encounters with Christians, but for the most part, I'm only to them being good. For that one thing I get is threats. They think they can threaten you because they think they're powerful. They think that because everyone should be Christian, and then if you're not, you're nothing. I've known atheists who are more humanitarian like the most Christians. Being religious does not make you a good person. Being Christian does not make you a good person. Being honest and wanting peace does make you a good person. The saying is live and let live, and a lot of Christians don't know how to do that. They think they're due to appoint you and change you. It's just not. Think about it. If there's a God, he, A, isn't going to expect me to know he exists. I'm human. The Bible is written by human. B, he, she, it isn't going to send me to this fiery place called hell just for sleeping with a man. If he is a God worth my worship, he isn't going to care who or what I sleep with. If he is a God worth my worship, he would have come down from his cloud a long time ago. I know a lot of Christians say, oh, I'm not like that. Those are the hypocritical Christians. In my mind, all Christians are hypocritical. Most Christians can believe in a man that rose from the dead, but they can't believe in an alien sighting. Okay, for all you people who are like, I'm a Christian and I don't support blah, 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 or I'm not bad, not all Christians are bad, I'm open-minded, I support. I have one thing to say to you. Save it. Yet while you're out being a good, non-bashing, open-minded Christian, 3 of your youth pastors are probably out posting hate mail to me on MySpace and hassling 13-year-old gays on their way to school. While you're being tolerant, a kid one state away was being beaten to death or shot for being gay. If you support us, ask yourself this. How many people know it? Does your family, boyfriend, girl, wife, spouse? Are you scared to show your support for gays? And why are you? Are you witnessing the violence and hate around you? The truth is, even Christians are afraid of Christians. I know Christians who support gays and they're afraid to show it. They're afraid of what the Christian community might do to them. It's like a gang or a cult. Is that really something you want to be a part of? The people doing the preaching are the scary ones. No, the only ones preaching are the ones you need to be scared of, okay? Not us gays. In my experience, Christians are some of the most hateful, most conniving people I have ever come across. My grandparents were kicked out of a church they went to 25 years ago because the church found out they were gay, that I was gay. They claimed me being gay and that my grandparents were in support of a corrupt lifestyle. First of all, I'm 20. Secondly, what I do and my grandparents do are 2 totally different things. You would think they would want to support my grandparents more. They believe what I do in my life is sinful. They just shun them away. If that isn't betrayal, I don't know what is. Years and years of going to the church with the same people and kicked out for what your grandson does. Also, for the hundreds of you who say I'm being hypocritical for posting the picture, saying that I spread the hate, I'm simply sticking up for myself. This is my response to everyone who has ever told me I'm going to hell because of that book. I hate the fact that millions of people, gay people, are being told they are going to hell because of that book. I am pissed that millions of gay people's lives are already hell because of that book. The picture is for every Christian who has ever threatened to kill me. The picture is for any gay person who has ever been told they are going to hell. That's what the picture is for. You Christians have more hate in your hearts than you know what to do with. You can't handle a liberal like me expressing my rights. It doesn't piss you off I'm ripping up a Bible about a God you believe in. It pisses you off that I know my rights. It pisses you off that I don't feel oppressed by you. And I'm glad it pisses you off. Eventually everyone is going to wake up and see the world as it really is. The world will be a much more peaceful place without religion. The goal of religion isn't to spread peace or positivity. It is to spread elitism and hate. I can almost guarantee the death threats I get, or are going to be, 99.9% have been from Christians who think killing gay people is the only way. Well, forgive me if I'm wrong, but isn't taking someone else's life a big no-no in the Bible? Thank you for your time, dear sweet Christians of the world. I hope that you will start practicing what you preach instead of threatening to kill people. Sincerely not sorry, Chris Crocker. And he also mentioned some other blog, I think, like how, okay, if you judge me for what I am and what I choose to believe, you need to realize that how can you be so much better because because you need to realize this world would be a much better, less hateful place without religion. Basically, I didn't used to like Chris Crocker, but in that blog, and then I did. Because he has a lot of good points in it. And now I wanted, before my friend's blog, this friend I used to have about religion I loved, and saved the blog and printed it out. Well, I want to talk about hypocrites. Okay, for all you Motionless in White fans, I know a lot of you think the band is hot. Okay, that's great. You want to listen and worship to everything Chris says. But listen, you're going to be a hypocrite here for not listening to the fact that Chris says whatever you want, we support. Like in this one Chris Motionless quote, I have another picture. This quote is, I don't have anything against people. I don't worship Satan. I don't worship God. I just don't care. I don't give a fuck. I stand for everyone who believes in whatever they want. Their looks, their religion, their sexuality, whatever we want, we support. And this girl, Black Belt BBV, Forever 77 on Twitter, like we talked and like right after the Hell Pop tour started, and she was like there in Arizona for the first day. Yeah, she hated me all of a sudden the other day, right after I was talking about how I love Kathleen Hanna and posting feminist quotes from the Tigre songs. Yeah, and then she just decided to block me because I'm a feminist. And so I guess you're not listening to what Chris Motionless says when he says you should want what you want and support each other and not hate each other as a creature, Motionless White fan. And that's why I don't want to be a part of the Motionless White fan base, because all the fans I've met that I even still like, I can count less than 10. I barely even talk to any Motionless White fans anymore, and I think that the ones that I have or have met probably just disappoint and don't talk to me anymore because they just don't like me for whatever reason. But all you Motionless White fans that judge other people for being a feminist or for being gay, then you're really not listening to what Chris Motionless says. And if you don't like them for their music and you don't try to like the other fans, then you're a hypocrite. And same for any kind of instance, like Manson fans, any fan base, just anything in general. If you tell people not to do this, not to do that, well, wait, aren't you listening to what the leader of the band says, or the leader of anything says, not, like, you know, you shouldn't judge others? But I guess not, and so I try to like most of the white fans to an extent, but I don't try to become friends with them, really, because they'll probably just let me down, because everyone that I meet's off the internet, and they always let me down, so. This is a picture of Chris Crocker in the Bible, and it's beautiful. Yeah, it just really ticks me off. The most Motionless White fans can't be accepting of ones that are feminist, gay, whatever. And of any fan base. And just in general, like that Jack Got Jill song, Hypocrite. You just need to listen to what you're... think before you speak and not judge people based on stuff they can't control or stuff that they choose. It's not even hurting other people. And I'm going to read that blog. Her name is Astrid Metzger, and she was in Washington when I knew her in middle school, and we met online. And she had, at the time, dating a Christian guy. Her family was Odinist, and her best friend was Christian. She was an Odinist, and she didn't even make that decision until she was like 15. And she actually reads up on her religion. She doesn't judge others for not being Odinist. And this blog was called My Thoughts on Religion. Lately, I've been dealing with a lot of bullshit, especially with religion. I can tell by the judgmental eyes of so many people what they think of me. So before you go and you whisper about the satanic goth girl, yeah, you whisper, because you would never say anything to my face, because you are all cowards. Why don't you first look at yourself? I have been told seriously that I'm satanic. I met so many Christians that preach about God, but don't act very Christian-like. For example, they look down on others who don't believe the same. They are okay, apparently. When our forefathers wrote the Constitution, they left out religion, so we have freedom to worship any religion we choose. People can worship the almighty purple rock if they choose to. This country wasn't founded on Christianity. In the U.S., Christianity's laws aren't that special anyway when you think about it, because every society is going to have basic rules to not kill or steal, etc. And one nation under God part wasn't even added until later on. You Christians can put up your signs about your God in schools, yet people like me can't. How would you feel about me putting up pictures of my gods or goddesses up in public places? At least people in my religion don't go out of their way to make others feel uncomfortable. Personally, religion should be left out of schools, unless you have money to fork over to go to a private school that's Christian, then that's okay. Fortunately, not every Christian is like what I have said. But unfortunately, there's so many who are. It's completely stupid and wrong. You people make me sick. Most Christians are the biggest hypocrites on the damn planet. Gotta love judgmental Christians, though. They are an example of who I'm not, and nor who I will never plan on being. Yes, I'm a damn heathen, wild, and I am proud of it. Faith, folk, and family, FFF, Street. And basically, that blog really spoke to me. It really made me think. And it's true. I mean, the people like her are going to be open-minded, and they're going to be honest because they choose to. And they go to meetings because they choose to, not because they're forced to. Like you Christians, you're forced to go to Christian service, you Muslims, whatever religion you are. All the same thing, really. Basically, if you actually read up on your religion, you choose it, you don't preach it, you actually know what you say, and you mean what you say, and you don't, like, just do it because your family wants it, then that's different. And I just really think people should think about that. And just really, like, people who write their blogs about how they feel on certain issues, you should give them a chance before you automatically shun them or judge them when you don't even know them. And I just really hope people think about doing that more. And stop judging people like me for having no religion when I've been in a lot of religions and I just got fed up with it and realized it's all basically the same thing. Except certain people, only few sadly, that actually believe what they decide to preach in their meetings or church services. No, you shouldn't do it in public because people need to decide their own religion and not to have it shoved down their throat. So thanks for listening, and I hope you liked this video and that I give you something to think about. And I hope you continue watching my videos and subscribe.